Hello, besties. Happy Friday. Another week down, gosh, and now it's happy hour. What is going on, ladies? It's been a week.
It's a week. It's a week. We've had the weather, like the weather won't let up. And normally you don't, people say like weather's such a boring topic, but it's really top of mind for a lot of people in North Carolina, now in Florida, all over. And so hope our besties are staying safe or have gotten other places to be safe. And so, yeah.
Oh, gosh, it is hurricane season here in the U.S. for those that are listening that are not in the U.S. and do not have hurricanes and all of that. But we wish everyone the best. That's an important thing, Ashley. Thank you. Because, boy, it's been a busy storm season. And especially as we get older, that's like all I find myself talking about is the frickin' weather.
I know.
Even when it's good, when it's bad, it doesn't matter.
Well, I feel like a constant of my childhood was like the weather people, like the weather women, the weather men. Like I think about those people and the information they got, and they're always there. 3 a.m, they'll show back up, go home, take a nap, or just sleep on they are like the stalwarts. And so as I get older, I realize I'm getting older because my news weather people are getting older. And it's a little hard to see. Like if I see the people in Louisville that I haven't seen in a while, and I'm like, oh no, wait, how are you older? Because I'm not. I'm still 12.
I'm still 23.
Oh, God, that is so true. That's a sad note.
But did you all see, speaking of the bullshit or the business aspect of this happy hour, so there's a woman named Heather Johnson who she made a video that's kind of big on TikTok about how she was in North Carolina. She reached out to her boss. She just started a nonprofit and reached out to her boss, was like, hope your family's okay. This, nice to her boss. Her boss is like, yeah, you too. But in her response, her boss is like, I'm going to go ahead because of the destruction. I'm going to take over your job. So today's your last day. And I'll give you 2 weeks severance if you return like all of her company property within 2 weeks. And reiterates, I'm really going to need that back.
And she was affected by the flooding?
Yeah, it's like they're in Nashville. So she had reached out to her boss and had said, like, I hope your family's okay. And she's like, I'm still missing home, even so much of it's destroyed. I can't find a hotel like Asheville, which was like 100 miles away. Like that was her message. And her boss's response was like, yes, acknowledges it. But then also in the same text message, we're going to eliminate your position and severance. So I got tagged in it a bunch. It's been a minute since that happened. And it's just think about this. Especially at work, as a boss, you control so much of your people's experience. And so reach out to your team members when they have this. Even if you're like, I don't know if they're near this or not, they may be hundreds of miles away. Much better to do that than just ignore it. Sometimes the only thing you can control is reaching out, showing that support.
Exactly. And offer flexibility. These people, their whole lives have got turned upside down, and you're worried about their productivity. Like, no, that's not their life. Like, yeah, is it their livelihood? Yes. But is it their priority right now? Absolutely not. They want to make sure their family is safe.
Yeah. And this was a trauma nonprofit, which...
Nonprofits are the worst. I've worked for them before. They are some of the most toxic work environments I've personally ever worked for. Go figure.
I say sometimes, like we all say things we shouldn't, we put things out in the universe we shouldn't, but when you are a manager and communicating something, especially if you're going to eliminate someone's job, first of all, doing it over text message in any situation. But in this situation and I said, go on LinkedIn and be like, we're a nonprofit. We want to keep our teams employed and support them. We need donations. I don't care.
Exactly.
That is plan A.
There are other options.
There are plans A through double Z before you get to letting someone go by text message.
That's so disappointing. That makes me.
So, well, she also put up an Etsy. She made a GoFundMe. She made an Etsy. So I'll share it. So I went to her Etsy. So getting back to HR Besties related content is I went to her Etsy's, which is called Lumber Puppies. All cute. Oh. It's like bandanas and things for dogs. So, I ordered the bandana with pickles on it. For
Rosie?
For Rosie.
Oh my God. Please send it to me because I got to get my pups some bandanas.
It's It's cute. It's cute. She also has like flasks that say "fuck Helene," which is also
that feels fitting. I appreciate that for her.
That feels fitting. But it was Rosie's birthday this week, so I got her that. But so anyway, we'll share that. So some ways, again, so many things you could do as a boss. Like here, we're desperate. We're trying to support our communities, keep our people. My team member has this shop. Like amplify it. That would have gone viral. Much more better, than going viral for text message. So anyway, a reminder for a lot of people affected right now, trying to get through, and it the trauma in people's lives continues. The work will be there. Figuring out the time and the flexibility, you will earn so much more goodwill than you will, cost your business in productivity or whatever is your top priority.
Yeah, because that was just so not necessary. Like he could have just eaten 2 more weeks worth of salary and then terminated after, things settle down, whatever. I mean, it would have cost him a couple thousand, if that, right? I mean, I don't know what she gets paid, maybe even a few hundred, I don't know her situation, right? I don't know what her job is or anything, but it wouldn't have cost that much is my point. Like, can we just get through like this traumatic destruction here? Can she at least get a house or a home or a roof or not live? You know what I mean? And
what happens in her comment section, if you go to the comment section, this is what happens in real life. Like I saw this all the time as like an employment defense lawyer, is when someone is wronged at work, people are like, there must be something illegal about this. And again, sometimes in the US, there's not, because our employment laws are not as employee favorable. But people, when they are wronged, they feel wronged. Everyone around them as well is like, burn them down, figure it out, like take them. Yes. And so comments, people are like, this must be illegal. And they're like,
you're going to get rich, all of this. Yeah.
But then they're like, what are you going to get? What are you getting paid? And then they're like, wait, is that above the DOL salary minimum? And for just a little bit of information, nonprofits coverage under the FLSA depends on the nonprofit. But anyway, it's like, but so I used to see that all the time with like wage hour class actions, because it'd be like the person that gets fired for something and they go to a lawyer and like, this is bullshit. And the lawyer's like, yeah, this is bullshit. But tell me more about what you were doing in the unpaid overtime. And so all of a sudden you firing one person turns into a massive class action. So this is kind of a US concept, but just know, as a manager employer, right now they have earned a lot of viral attention. They have a lot of people that are tagging Attorney Ryan and Paige Sparks, like someone help. But so
Pandora's box.
Pandora's box. So not necessary, appropriate, kind, human, not how you'd want to be treated.
Karma's a bitch.
Yeah, that's true.
Like it really is, So everyone gets theirs at some point. Like I love just letting the universe handle it, Like it's rare I retaliate or try and get vengeance or whatever, I just like to kind of sit back. But I'm also lazy like that too.
Jamie is a highly motivated revenger for her friends. Jamie pulls forward the karma. She's like, we're going to go ahead and skip.
Yeah, I don't want to sit around and wait for karma.
We're going to start it now. Some say financial crime is victimless, but that definitely isn't the case, especially when it ends in murder. You need to check out Money Crimes, a new show hosted by best-selling author and entrepreneur Nicole Lapin. Money Crimes is about the world's biggest financial scandals and how they can spiral out of control in ways you'd never expect. From cunning Ponzi schemes to cutthroat politics and even murderous con artists, you'll learn that the finance world is more dangerous than you ever imagined, and most importantly, how to protect yourself from it. Money Crimes is a Crime House original powered by Pave Studios. New episodes release every Thursday. Just search for Money Crimes. That's MONEYCRIMES.
Speaking of the universe and karma, I was going to say, what's popped up in your social media feed these days, Leigh?
Yeah, no, I mean, a lot of trash has, of course, washed up upon shore. I've worked hard for this algorithm. I just love it. But one was a video that I saw, speaking of virality, right, and viral for, shit that's not great. I saw this video come up a few times for me, and I finally watched it all the way through, where it's like a role play. of a dress code violation, right? And you have like this pretend, I know, right? You never know. But I sent it to you all. I sent it to y'all.
I'm just saying.
I know. I mean, I get some stuff.
There could be a role play.
Yeah, I get those too. But this one was business related, which was neat. And it was HR related, which was rare for my algorithm. But it was like this lady pretending to be a boss. And, they're in the workplace and she's talking to an employee who has a jean jacket on. And the whole thing was that they were coaching about dress code violations and how to talk to an employee who may be violating a dress code violation. And so I started watching just because it's in my wheelhouse, right? And I was like, what the fuck? Like I'm watching this and it was like just red flags everywhere. Like everything that was happening was wrong. The boss was standing up, the employee sitting down. It's in the public space. The boss is being condescending, gaslighting her, saying everyone is talking about this, like blaming everybody else on the feedback. I mean, it was crazy. And I was like, I thought it was satire. So of course I run to the comments and the comments passed the vibe check. Thankfully, everyone was like, WTF, this is all wrong. But it wasn't satire. They like legit thought.
Oh, yeah.
And so to me, I sent it to the ladies and it's like one of those reminders, like, be careful where you get your advice and counsel. Like none of those people were in HR or I don't even know if they were leaders, but they were running or they are running a leadership support page or advice page. I don't know. So be careful.
And that is some of the worst advice I've ever seen. And thank goodness the comments supported like us, like, the comments were great. One of them was like, I've been a HR professional of 10 plus years and this video is exactly not what not to do. And I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, it's almost perfect to use in the workplace as an example for leaders what not to do. But that wasn't the intention of the video, was
it made me so uncomfy watching it.
Also, I was like, what a choice of like the jean, every aspect of it, like the jean jacket. And she's like, our dress code is semi-formal, which made me laugh because I don't think I've heard that since I was a tri-delt of like a semi-formal where I was like, oh, it's time for 579. I was like,
not a workplace dress code.
No, it's
semi-formal. What? It's professional, business casual. I mean, come on,
No, it was like,
weird.
It was so right. I mean, I was like, again, totally went to the like somebody had literally listed out all of the red flags, and it's
amazing. Yeah, it's a good video. We'll post it on our stories so y'all can also be like, what the fuck is this?
Jamie, I'm laughing. Jamie's comment. I just saw Jamie's comment. The all caps.
do not do this. But I think, Leigh, you bring up a really great point. And I feel like we've probably mentioned this before, but be very careful who you get information from and check their credentials, right? Because there are so many videos I see will pop up, or we'll share them amongst ourselves, and there'll be, a career coach or a resume writer or something, and they've never worked a day in HR, never been a recruiter, don't know dick about fuck. And they're spewing information that's actually very harmful and inaccurate. And so I know that TikTok's an easy place, if, for instance, even Instagram, to get information like at your face, in your face, but it's not always accurate. So if you're looking for a job and some random career coach on TikTok told you to do X, maybe do a little bit more digging.
Well, I use that this week. So this week I did an interview training for an organization. I just love this organization. Like sometimes when I do trainings, I'll have as part of it, like, I'm like, let's talk about what candidates are seeing when they're applying. And so I'll pull up your careers page. I'll pull up your Glassdoor. Often I'll have a conversation with the HR person who engaged me for this to be like, I'm going to pull up your Glassdoor and I like to meet people there.
Yeah. Please tell me what I need to see.
Right. Every once in a while people are like, oh, that literally wasn't us. Like you can see, and I'm like, no, you're right. But this one, it was like delightful. 4.5 out of 5, 100% CEO, great rating. So I was like, go from a position of strength, lean into these things. But I was saying as part of interview training, as hiring managers, like you don't need to be HR experts or things like that. Like you got someone here, not me, but their HR director, who's your person, thought partner, great person. But I was like, sometimes it can be helpful to know how to respond to things that may happen on the spot. And I was like, so if there's questions you've gotten or comments, I was like, sometimes on TikTok, for example, candidates get told to ask the question of like,
oh yeah,
why wouldn't you move forward with me? Or what hesitations do you have about my candidacy? And I said, okay, so let me flip it to y'all. We're here. How would you answer that? And they're like, oh, and so we talk. I said, hold on a second. Let me pull. I was like, I was talking about ChatGPT. And so I was like, let's pull up and see what ChatGPT would say. Because ChatGPT had probably a better answer than I would have thought of like on the spot. If I sat down, maybe it would have been better. But honestly, it was so good.
God, you have to share it because I hate that question when candidates say it. My hesitation is the fact you just asked me that question.
Yeah.
Right.
That you took some stupid TikTok advice.
But the gap is like, people on TikTok that are looking for a job, you're trying to get the job, so you're trying to get the hack. So of course you're going to rely on something people say, and you're not thinking about how weird that makes the interviewer feel or uncomfortable, especially if they haven't sat through a training like this. And so I'll put it in our stories. But what ChatGPT said was, "I appreciate you asking that," which you probably don't, but fair enough. But I love this. At this point in the process, I'm still evaluating and getting a full picture of your experience and how it aligns, corporate cringe, with the needs of this role. What I'm most interested in learning about is more about than a specific area of concern, like leadership style, problem solving, whatever. That will help me better understand how you could contribute to the team.
Yeah, that's good.
Like it was good. And it's like, this allows you to address any concerns without committing to a negative stance while giving the candidate an opportunity to provide more context or clarify questions. Anyway, so that's why I say sometimes using it as if there's questions that you're like, I don't know what someone would say, using it and then putting that in your own voice can be a win.
Can I just say, because people may be listening to this and they're asking, well, if I don't say that, then what do I do? Like if I don't say to the interviewer, oh, would you have any hesitations or whatever? If the interviewer's like, do you have any more questions? My pro tip and something that I like to do, I consider it a best practice. You've already asked a few questions. Okay, great. Is to share something that you did not have a chance to speak on, right? About yourself. So I like to say like, you know what? I don't have any more questions. Thank you so much for thoroughly answering all the questions that I had. But I would just like to share, and I will add something, I just wanted to share XYZ. It didn't come up in the interview. So I just want to let you know that this, like I would take the opportunity, my advice, however you do it, to just add and give and offer more information about how you align with the job, right? How your background's great for it, instead of ask the person, you know what I'm saying? Like just use that time in a more proactive or, I'm kind of lost for words today. I did not sleep last night, but you know what I'm saying, right? You all get what I'm saying? Like, let me just ESP it to you. But use it selfishly to share more about you. Sell yourself, right? Instead of do some cringe question back, because interview process, oh my gosh, I don't want to say it's top secret or anything or private, but in a way it is a very, closed process, and we try and not add bias in, and we can't share all that shit yet. You know what I mean? Like, come on, we have to talk amongst the interviewers and all of that, we don't want to give false hope. We don't want to, we have to align, all the things. I hate that question. Any hesitations? Yeah, I got a shit ton of hesitations.
Well, yeah, now I have some.
Here's something I'm really looking forward to as the weather turns cooler. Football games. Remember, I went to a state school. Pumpkin spice lattes, soup. I love a creamy soup. And slipping into a cozy sweater from Quince. Quince is known for their Mongolian cashmere sweaters from $50. And it's not just that. All Quince items are priced 50 to 80% less than similar brands. That's right, less. That includes beautiful leather jackets, cotton cardigans, soft denim, and so much more. In fact, I have this adorable, cozy blush pink hoodie that I am obsessed with. Even though I'm in Texas and it's still going to be a while till it gets cool outside, it's freezing inside. So that is my go-to. love. So get cozy in Quince's high quality wardrobe essentials. Go to quince.com/HRBesties for free shipping on your order and 365-day returns. That's QUINCE.com/HRBesties to get free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/HRBesties.
And like other things is like just thinking to yourself, like if you're searching for a job, what do people want? They want someone that's going to be like nice to work with, kind of like takes initiative to do some shit, asks questions, like all that basic stuff. So another one is like, okay, organization. Like I looked into the organization and this is what I saw, but I'm curious what your current goals are because I'd imagine they might be these, but like I don't want to make assumptions. And so your current goals in the department, how they align with those goals. That sends like, I care. I did some digging. I did that. And so I just think, again, going to the chat GPT and being like, what can I ask instead of that? Because now you're like, shit, what do I ask is think of alternatives and just, again, thinking about how it feels from the interviewer. You just want to give them that reassurance. Like, this person kind of knows their shit. They're good enough to work with. Here we go.
And it's crazy because the times I reflect, the couple of times I've been asked that question, any hesitations? It's like, I know, oh God, they watched that one TikTok or whatever. And I've always been asked it in a confrontational way. Like they wanted the answer right then and there, right? On like, do I have this job or not? And it's like, I still have interviews we still have people scheduled. We'll get back to you, of course. I appreciate this conversation, right? I mean, all that, right? It's like, oh, I don't like that one.
I don't either.
Like Jamie would be like, I'm going to give you some feedback.
Yeah, I really would. I would totally actually, I'd be like, look, I'm going to be honest. That's not a good question. And here, let me tell you why.
I know. Who did you watch on TikTok? Have they ever hired anyone?
Yeah, what dumbass on TikTok?
They have 4.7 million followers. Probably because they post stuff like that and people are sharing like, don't do this.
I know.
Yeah, don't do this.
Yeah, and people believe it. Yeah.
But they've worked 2 years and they've never hired anybody. And don't listen to that shit. Not that we know everything, but hey, at least we've sat on the other side of that table. You know what I mean?
No, I will be staying in my lane, as we know from recent weeks.
Oh, man.
Before we wrap up here, I don't have a question, but I do have a quick comment. I did not get the wear white memo.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Mine's honestly a light blue.
That's that blue. Yeah, that's blue.
Oh, okay. The sun is okay.
It's the quiz. Do you see? Well, it's like one half of me right now is white and one half is like blue. I'm sitting in the seat in the bar that's like, someone's shining, so no one's gonna look at you because it's like lasers from the sun shooting. You're rounding us out. We should put you in the middle.
Oh yeah.
It's all good.
Yeah.
It's all
good.
We'll do that.
Jamie, when you go down to Florida with your family, do you do the photos in all white, like the family beach pictures?
No, we don't. We've never done that. I don't mind them. Like I actually appreciate when I see my friends do it, but like, are you kidding me? My husband and children? Hell fucking no. Oh my God, it's making me giggle thinking about it. No, but I do want to do Christmas photos this year.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's going to happen.
Like in pajamas?
I mean, I don't even care. It doesn't have to be like, I just would like to have a nice family photo.
My friend who's a realtor does that for clients. So we're going to do that in a couple weeks. So
yeah, like I would love to just have a nice family photo.
I'm planning on getting in my dream shape in about the next 2 weeks before those photos, because surely that's develop a fashion sense, all the things. So.
I love it. Well, God, on that note, we got to, I guess, keep drinking and snacking and, prepare for those photos.
Stay safe, besties.
Stay safe, everyone.
Yeah.
With Melted.